to my next episode of us basically just imagine we're in a coffee shop having a chat with each other, because that's the kind of vibe I want this to be. Just relaxed, nice, and getting to know each other. Even though it's all kind of a one-way street, right? So I want to do these because I enjoy talking, but also, like other platforms, you only get a short amount of time to say something or get your point across or give your opinion on something. And it really does my head in. And I just feel like on here, I can talk a little bit more freely and have a bit of a, this is who I am. And I want to get bolder at self-expression and saying things that I want to say, putting myself out there and not just always being glued to my screen and consuming so much. Like I actually forget to create and forget to talk about things that I'm interested in, I'm passionate about. I mean, one of the things I'm obviously passionate about is helping women. I love helping women feel good about themselves and helping them connect back to who they are. And yes, through the lens of, I suppose, looking after your body, like nutrition, like respecting your body, not fearing other people or what people say, people's opinions, all of those things. But I just want to have my own TV show, guys. Like, that's what I really want. So I'm pretending that this is it. And who knows, maybe one day I'll have a proper chat show. That's the dream. But today's episode, I wanted to address, again, I've got my notes. One day I'm going to have like my laptop or something here so I can see it off a big screen, so like I don't have to hold it out here. But I wanted to talk, like, I was really chuffed. I had a couple of questions come through from some lovely women asking about things they'd like me to talk about on my podcast. So I am going to cover one of them today. And I actually think it's a really interesting subject because it's about being motivated to start a diet and feeling like you're even excited to maybe start that process. And I think the first thing that came to my mind was that, first of all, I think we wait to feel motivated first. We think like, oh, I'm just going to like be really excited to start this diet, or this is something I really want to do. Or maybe you see people and they are a little bit like, oh, do you know what? I really want to get into my diet. I'm like so up for it and I'm ready for this. And I think that can be true for some people, but the reason I think that there may be motivation there first is because wherever they are right now in their life, the pain of wherever they are is greater than anything else. So that's the thing that spurs in a little bit of motivation and wanting to do something, because they are fed up of the place where they're at. So there's just enough pain there. And then the other side of that is that they're also eager to get to the other side of whatever they're feeling, to move them away from that discomfort. And I think that that's how, I know that's how human beings work, right? So I think when people feel motivated to start something, there is a push and a pull happening. And that's why some people are really motivated to do something. If you don't feel motivated to do something, then I also wonder whether it's the types of diets you might have tried before. Like maybe I think most women's experiences of dieting have probably been miserable and just a bit crap. And why would we want to go and do something that has made us feel shit in the past or made us feel like we're failing? Not given us much excitement to do it. And I think that can be a real factor when it comes into, I don't really want to go back to that because I didn't enjoy it and it didn't make me feel very nice, even though I wanted to lose the weight and maybe I was looking for that confidence to wear the clothes I want to wear, or maybe you wanted to just feel better in yourself or not pick yourself apart in a photo or dread a photo being taken, and you don't want to constantly think about, oh my God, what is that photo going to look like when I next see it or someone posts it somewhere. Like there's all those things that could be the thing that is pulling you away from it. But like a lot of the time, I think that most of us have hated dieting because it's been such a miserable experience because of the extreme methods we might have tried. So that's why sometimes I think motivation isn't there. And then I wonder whether like, most of the things I guess I've ever done that have felt hard or difficult, or when I decided, right, this is it, I'm changing my life, I'm changing how I approach dieting, how I look at it. I was eager to find a new way and a more healthy and a happier way to do it, because I just got so sick and tired of like living off, well, hardly anything, like eating foods I didn't even like, thinking it had to be a certain way. And I guess, and even if it applies to something else, all the things that I've done, it's always afterwards when I look back, I'm like, oh, I'm really chuffed I started that. I'm really chuffed I made that decision to, I don't know, learn something or go and do something or do that gym class. It's always, sometimes it's afterwards that you get that feeling, because motivation does build after we start doing something. But to get yourself to start to do something you don't want to do, I think that maybe we need to look a little bit more into it and be a little bit more like, okay, so what is important to you? Why is losing weight important to you right now? What is it that you want to have? Where are you now that you're not happy with, and where do you want to be? And look at that. Can you connect to it in a different way, rather than just, oh, I'm just dieting because everybody else is dieting and it's summer? Can you think about, does it feel like you're giving things up and you're going to be miserable and that's why you don't want to start it? Do you feel like you're going to fail it? Because that's what's typically happened on other diets before. So then your thoughts are making you go, I don't want to start this. I don't want to do this. Like, we've never had a good time when we've been dieting. So why on earth do I want to put myself through that again? Has it always been a miserable experience? And I just wonder, like, if you can connect to something else, like maybe again, like looking at, is it something that you want to feel that is maybe pulling you towards wanting to diet and lose weight? Like, maybe when you're getting dressed, you just want to feel really nice in your stuff, or you want to put some clothes on and go, oh, that fits. And it's that's driving you to do it. Because you want to have that experience of being able to do that. Maybe you want to have more energy, and actually losing a bit of weight would help with that. There's lots of things that we could kind of like maybe connect it to, because, and if you think about like the film The Devil Wears Prada, Andy, again, if we go back to motivation, Andy doesn't change because she suddenly becomes motivated. She changes because she connected to the bigger version, to the bigger picture of who she could be. So again, it's drawing into what's your life going to look like if you lose the weight? What things are going to get better for you? What are your experiences in life going to be like if you lose weight and you feel happier, confident, more energized, stronger, fitter, all of those things? Like, what's going to happen if you lose weight and that is your future and that's what you're seeing? Because she connected, going back to Andy now, because she connected to that bigger vision of herself. Before that, she was just going through the motions. And I think that, again, that's why I always talk about becoming her, becoming this person that you want to be, this version of you, is really powerful, because you start to become a different version of herself. And that's what Andy did in the film, didn't she? She decided to become a different version of herself because she finally saw what was possible and what was the other side of where she was right now. So I have you ever sat down and asked yourself, like, why losing weight matters to you? Because it's not I need to necessarily, not because you should, but what would genuinely be different about your life if you felt good in yourself again? Because I think there'd be loads of different things in life, not just about the clothes and the physical and, the confidence that comes with that. I know from my own experiences from, dropping, I yo-yo dieted for years, and I've gone from a size 16 to a size 10. I've gone back to a size 14 and then back down to I've done it all. I've gone up and down, up and down, up and down. Had 3 kids, had dieted down after each one of them. And every single time I did a dieting phase, and up until I suppose I learned how to do it properly and enjoy the process, I don't think I ever did connect to anything deeper. It was always like, oh, I'm just doing it because that's what I need to do, because I did feel better in a smaller body, and I did like my clothes better, and I did like how they fitted me better. But it kind of stopped then. And I think that's why I probably gained weight back again, because that was the only reason I was doing it. And then when I started to connect it to other things, actually, like, what will look different in my life if I continue to like eat well, train, move my body, grow muscle, look at it not being in a black and white terms, having a better relationship with food, enjoying the dieting process, having someone help me to understand it, to be able to like show that different seasons of life require different things from you, and it's not always grind harder. And I learned something from every single dieting phase I've done that has given me confidence, that's built my self-esteem up, because in all of those things, I was learning to put myself first in this strange kind of a way. And I was learning to show myself that I can do hard things, and I can stick to it, and I can see the other side, and I can come out the other side. And then through all the years of training and learning about like behaviors with people, nutrition, like strength training, and all of the stuff that comes with the things that I'm really passionate about, and behavior change and like neuroscience and all of that stuff, it just makes so much sense as to why I want to live the life that I do. And now I can maintain it, because all of these steps that I've taken I've had to build the skills to do that, but they've also allowed me this life where I know I'm 46, so I don't have loads of energy sometimes it goes, but I can maintain it, because this to me is more than just my clothes. There is a huge part of it that is all about how I look and my clothes, because I'm vain and I'm okay with that, and I do like to put something on and feel nice in it, because like I think I said it in the last one, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's what most women want, but I can also connect it to a deeper reason. I don't want to be like relying on anyone as I get older. I want to travel as I get older. I want freedom to do lots of different things. I want freedom to travel and to, always be capable. And I want to be in a capable body for as long as I possibly can. And to me, like, dieting isn't just about losing body fat. It's all of that stuff. It gives me something. It gives me something more than just the clothes. And I'm very much for wanting to look good in yourself and in your clothes. But there's also this other meaning. There's a deeper kind of connection to it. Maybe it's also about, you want to feel included in stuff. And sometimes maybe you don't feel included because maybe your body or your health or whatever it is maybe stops you from doing something or applying for something or going for something. So then you're holding yourself back. And I guess as humans, like, that doesn't feel great, does it? Because you're like, well, no, I know I've got more potential in me. I want to do these things. So I think when you start to diet and you start to connect back to you and who you are, come back to your center and what's important to you and why you matter and why it's maybe time to put yourself first and learn to do it in a nice way, to enjoy a fat loss phase and not fear it, I think all of these things start to unfold and uncover, and then it becomes an even bigger thing than just I want to lose weight. So I don't necessarily think it's about motivation. I think it's about finding a person maybe that can help you. Maybe just looking at a method of dieting that works well for you, that you would enjoy. Getting to understand like portion sizes, food, calories, all of that stuff. And just deciding that the person you want to be is on the other side of all of that. And these are the little steps that you take to get to her, to reach her. But it comes from like maybe putting yourself first and looking at it from a different perspective of, I'm going to hate this process, I'm not going to enjoy it. And instead looking at it from a completely new lens and having a different feeling around it. And having like, that, this could actually be a really nice experience and I get this at the end of it. And like, I know it's hard sometimes to connect to why it's important. And I think that if you can't maybe connect to that, then And if it is about wanting to, maybe you've got something you want to wear and you're like, I really want to feel nice in that, then just use that to start with. And the biggest thing I think I can say to you is just pick a day to start. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait till you know, after your holiday. Even if you're going away in like 4 weeks time, like, you can start making better choices from today. You can start to look at, actually, I could maybe sit with maybe not having pudding when we go out for this next course of meals that we're going to go out for, or I'm just going to hold back on something here without it being full restriction, because that's something I really don't encourage anybody to do, is completely eliminate all the nice things that they like when they're dieting. That's not how I like to help my girls lose weight. Maybe as like, just think about, right, I'm going to just start making better choices. I'm going to start like today, and I'm gonna just put one foot in front of the other, and I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna just, every day I'm gonna make better decisions, better choices, and that momentum will start to build. And when that momentum starts to build and you start to be like, oh, this is good, great, then you start to feel a bit more like, this is cool, I'm a bit more motivated to do this. And again, like, I could go on for ages about this, I guess, but it's, again, it will come in waves. Like, that motivation will come and it'll go, and it'll come and it'll go, because life is like that. And then we know life is not perfect, and you'll hit a stumbling block, and then it might be like, oh, great, how am I going to make my diet work for this? And again, your diets need to work for your worst day. And then having some basic standards that you might hold yourself to, or minimum commitments that you're like, even on my worst day, I can still manage to, I don't know, drink my water, have 2 meals where there's like been a protein source at them, and I can, like, I don't know, get a 10, 15, 20-minute walk in. So again, it's, instead of it being, it's got to be everything and 100 miles an hour, like, learn to have little segments where there's days where you know it won't go the way you want it to, but there's still some things that you can do that are in your control. Because again, if it's typically when I first started dieting, it was always all or nothing. I was either in it or I wasn't, and then it took me ages to get back in it again when I kind of like fell off the horse. Whereas now it's about, okay, not every day is going to feel the way I want it to or go the way I want it to, but there are some stuff that I can do that can still move the needle forward. Yeah, so I guess that would be a bit of a place to start. And again, if anyone needs any help with this kind of stuff, or you just need maybe to understand why you want to do it a little bit more, then please connect, please talk to me. I would love to chat to you and get to know you all better. And if there's any way that I can help, then I would always love to be able to do that too. But yeah, I will leave this episode here, and I hope that it helps. And if it does, then, you know, I'd love you to like it, subscribe to it, and even like maybe send it on to your friends. And if there's anything else that I can answer questions for you, then these are my favorite kind of YouTubes to do. But yeah, I will leave that there, and I will chat to you all very, very soon.